555 days for our Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayanam Adhyanam. In between last year from Navaratras, Sharan Vasanta Rutu, for few months we gave a break during which we studied Tulsi Ramayana Uttarakanda for 177 days. Welcome all, dearest respected sadhakas friends. Great hearts you have, great intellects you have, great choice is yours to be able to make to attend to the Shastra Sravanadhyanam for understanding the truth, the goal, and the sadhanas means for it. May the divinity in all its forms bless all of us in this endeavor. Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayanam, 32,000 slokas, big massive text. We started studying Mumuksha Vihara, Vairagya and Mumuksha Vihara Prakaranas. We saw covering around 3 to 4,000 slokas. Now in Utpatthi Prakaranam, 122 sargas. Yesterday we concluded the 30th sarga. Today we have to start the 31st. Nowadays in this story of Leela is going on. That's called Leela Upakhyanam. Here Leela with her bhakti invokes Mother Saraswati and Mother Saraswati blesses her with guidance. So Leela takes the Ativahika Deha. They keep on traveling to so many Brahmandas, etc. In the meantime, Leela also is taught by Mother Saraswati about the Tattva Jnana, the Brahma Jnana, the Atma Jnana, and the Upaya to obtain that. The Abhyasa Upaya, Tat Chintanam, Tat Kathanam, etc. In the yesterday's Sarga, Vichitra Brahmanda Varnanam. How many Brahmandas, with what are the varieties of the contents in it, an idea was given. So that should help us to accept, understand that not only this, like these so many Brahmandas, variety of jivas, go on happening in the entire universe cosmos. Then all of them are only in the created or kalpita avastha sthiti only. In and through that, beyond that, the self remains intact, untouched, unchanging in its own pristine Satachit Ananda Rupa. Here it's called as Chidakasha. Realizing it to be ourselves is the moksha. If not, in that ignorance, we keep on doing something deserving to travel into different Brahmandas, Shariras, Paristhithis around. Thank you that we have studying this. We are studying this. Thanks. Luckily for us, the Vasishthaji himself is the authority to guide us in it. Sri Ramji is reasoning all that, and Valmiki ji has written this book. So we have got the authentic proof for the presence of all these Brahmandas, like this one. Yet the same authority tells us the Brahman alone is reality in and through all of them. Right? Today, 31st Sarga, we will study. Small one, 40 slokas, 34 or so, 36, 34, 39. Name of the Sarga which we will chant and study today is Yuddha Prekshika Sthitha Ambara Varnanam. So Varnanam is a description. Ambara is Akasha. Sthita means stationed. So it is a description of the beings who are stationed in the Akasha. Who are the beings who are stationed there home? Here the Vaashishtha is describing to Rama, or Leela and Saraswati Mata both are watching. Yuddha Prekshika Sthita Ambara Varnanam. Yuddha Prekshika means those who have come to see the Yuddha. Yuddha Prekshika. The audience who have come to see the Yuddha. The viewers, the visitors. Like a cricket ground. So it's a sport is going on there. Then the Prekshikas are there who are seated in the stands. So too, there is a Yuddha going on the Bhumi in the sky same time to see that Yuddha. So many beings are Sthita. So Yuddha, war. Yuddha Prekshika, those who want to see the war. Sthita, there are stationed at Ambara, the sky, Varananam, that is described. Such a beautiful thing again by the authority of Vaashishthaji saying, Ramji is listening, Valmiki is writing for us that whenever the yuddhas go on the earth, it's not only the beings that are fighting here, they are the sukshma, devatas and all of them too come and watch. And not new to us, though more clearly, detailed here explained, but in all other shastras also we could see, like in the Rama Ravana Sangrama we studied in both Valmiki, Tulsi Adi Ramayanas, all the Rishi, Muni, Devata, Gandharva were there to watch. That's how that Agastya ji comes and tells, mhm, that Aditya Hridayam. They're all watching from the sky. So Yuddha Prekshika Sthita Ambara Varnanam. Description of the sky filled with all the beings who are watching. Now, where is the Yuddha going on? All of that we have to know. Na? This Sarga tells us all that. Sorry. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rushibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Yerime Guruvihi Purvam पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने. ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि समस्त उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण आदि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति मोक्ष प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ते स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ते तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदम्। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्धिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्रपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीवसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठमहारामायण शास्त्रम् तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्यानम्। अथ युद्ध प्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर वर्णनम नाम 31 सर्गः पारायणम्। Let us chant this 31st sarga as every sarga we are chanting. ओम अथ युद्ध प्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर वर्णनम नाम 31 सर्गः। श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच ओम एवमाकलयन्त्येते निर्गत्य जगतो निजातौ अन्तःपुरं ददृशतुः झटित्येव विनिर्गते स्थितपुष्पभरापूर्ण महाराज महाशवं शवपार्श्वोपविष्टान्तः चित्तलीलाशरीरकम् घनरात्रितयाल्पाल्प महानिद्राजनाकुलं धूपचन्दनकर्पूर कुङ्कुमामोदमन्थरं तमालोक्यापरं भर्तुः संसारं गन्तुमादृता पपातलीसङ्कल्प देहेनात्रैव तन्नभः विवेश भर्तुः संकल्प संसारं किंचिदाततं संसारावरणं भित्वा भित्वा ब्रह्माण्डकर्परं प्रापसार्धं तया देव्या पुनरावरणान्वितं ब्रह्माण्डमण्डपं स्फारं तं प्रविश्य तथा जवातो दर्शभर्तुः संकल्प जगज्जम्बालपल्वलं सिंहीव शैलकुहरं तमोज्जलद पंकिलम् देव्यौ विवशतुस्तत्ते व्योम व्योमात्मिके जगतो ब्रह्माण्डेऽन्तर्यथापक्वं मृदुबिल्वं पिपीलिके तत्र लोकान्तराण्यद्रीन् अन्तरिक्षमतीत्यते प्रापतुर्भूतलं शैल मण्डलाम्भोधिसङ्कुलं मेरुणालङ्कृतं जम्बो द्वीपं नवदलोदरं गत्वाथ भारते वर्षे लीलानाथस्य मण्डलम् एतस्मिन्नन्तरे तस्मिन् मण्डले मण्डितावनौ चक्रेव स्कन्दनं कश्चित् सामन्तोद्रिक्तभूमिपः तेन सङ्ग्रामसंरम्भे प्रेक्षार्थं समुपागतैः त्रैलोक्यभूतैस्तद्व्योम बभूवात्यन्तसङ्कटम् अशङ्कितागते तत्ते देव्यौ ददृशतुर्नभः नवश्चरण नवश्चरगणाक्रान्तम् अम्बुदैरिव मालितं सिद्धचारणगन्धर्व गणविद्याधरान्वितं शूरग्रहणसंरब्ध स्वर्गलोकाप्सरोवृतं रक्तमांसोन्मुखोन्मत्त भूतरक्षः पिशाचकं पुष्पवृष्टिविरापूर्ण हस्तविद्याधराङ्गनम् वेतालयक्षकूष्माण्डैर्द्वन्द्वालोकनसादरैः आयुधापातरक्षार्थं गृहीताद्रितटैर्वृतम् अस्त्रमार्ग सभूभाग अस्त्रमार्ग नभोभाग विद्रवद्भूतमण्डलम् आहो पुरुषिकाक्षुब्ध प्रेक्षकामोदनोद्भटम् आसन्न भीमसङ्ग्रामं किं वदन्ति परस्परं लीलाहासविलासोत्क सुन्दरीधृतचामरं धर्मापिरेक्ष्य प्रयुक्ताग्र्या मुनिस्वस्तेन स्तवं सम्पन्नानेकलोकेश वनितावसरस्तवम् स्वर्गार्ह शूरानयन व्यग्रेन्द्रभटभासुरम् शूरार्थालङ्कृतोत्तुङ्ग लोकपालाख्यवारणम् आगच्छच्छूरसन्मानोन्मुखगन्धर्वचारणम् शूरोन्मुखामरस्त्रैण कटाक्षेक्षितसद्भटं वीरदोर्दण्डकाशेष लम्पटस्त्रीगणाकरम् शुक्लेन शूरयशसा चन्द्रीकृतदिवाकरम् श्रीराम उवाच भगवन् शूरशब्देन कीदृशः प्रोच्यते भटः स्वर्गालङ्करणं कः स्यात् को वाढिम्बाहवो भवेत् श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच शास्त्रोक्ताचारयुक्तस्य प्रभोरर्थेन यो रणे मृतो वाथ चैवा स्यात् शूरः स्यात् स शूरः शूरलोकभाक् अन्यथा प्राणिकृताङ्गो रणेयो मृतिमाप्नुयात् डिम्बाहवहतः प्रोक्तः स नरो नरकास्पदम् अयथा शास्त्रसञ्चार वृत्तेरर्थेन युध्यते यो नरस्तस्य सङ्ग्रामे मृतस्य निरयोक्षयः यथा सम्भव शास्त्रार्थ लोकाचारानुवृत्तिमान् युध्यते तादृशश्चैव भक्तशूरः स उच्यते गोरर्थे ब्राह्मणस्यार्थे मित्रस्यार्थे च सन्मते शरणागतयत्नेन संवृतः स्वर्गभूषणं परिपाल्य स्वदेशैकपालने यः स्थितः सदा राजामृतास्तदर्थं ये ते वीरा वीरलोकिनः प्रजोपद्रवनिष्ठस्य राज्ञोऽथवा प्रभोः अर्थेन ये मृता युद्धे ते वै निरयगामिनः ये हि राज्ञाम् अराज्ञां वापि अयथा शास्त्रकारिणां रणे म्रियन्ते छिन्नाङ्गाः ते वै निरयगामिनः धर्म्यं यथा तथा युद्धं यदि स्यात् तर्हि संस्थितिः नाशयेयुरलं मत्ताः परलोकभयोज्झिताः यत्र यत्र हतः शूरः स्वर्ग इति अवशोक्तयः धर्मे योद्धा भवेत् शूरः इत्येवं शास्त्रनिश्चयः सदाचारवताम् अर्थे खड्गधारां सहन्ति ये ते शूरा इति कथ्यन्ते शेषाढ्यं वाहवाहताः तेषाम् अर्थे रणे व्योम्नि तिष्ठन्त्युत्कण्ठिताशयाः शूरीभूतमहासत्त्व दयितोक्तिसुराङ्गनाः विद्याधरी मधुरमन्धरगीतिगर्भं मन्दारमाल्यवलनाकुलकामिनीकम् विश्रान्तकान्तसुरसिद्धविमानपङ्क्ति व्योमोत्सवोच्चरितशोभमिवोल्ललास इत्यार्षे श्री वासिष्ठमहारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे युद्धप्रेक्षिकास्थिताम्बर वर्णनं नाम त्रिंशत्तमः सर्गः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्रीराम जय जय राम, श्रीराम जय जय राम, श्रीराम जय राम, श्रीराम जय जय राम, श्रीराम जय जय राम, श्रीराम जय राम, श्रीराम जय 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 जय राम, जय जय राम, जय जय राम। ओम श्रीराम शरणं मम, श्रीरामायण शरणं मम, श्रीवसिष्ठ शरणं मम, श्रीविश्वामित्र शरणं मम, श्रीवाल्मीकि शरणं मम, श्रीव्यास शरणं मम, श्रीनारद शरणं मम, श्रीसरस्वती शरणं मम, श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्रीराम शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। ओम श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण महोत्कृष्ट शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने युद्ध प्रेक्षिका स्थित अंबर वर्णनम नाम एकत्रिंशः सर्गः। In this sarga, topic 1 simply having traveled to so many Brahmandas, coming back to Antapura. Simple. In the Sukshma Sharira only, they see Raja Sharira, Leela Sharira also. But already Leela said, no, I want to see the kingdom of my husband. Which husband now? One only. Earlier he was Brahmana, now the Padma. Padma body died, now the third one. One husband only, three lives. So therefore, from there they just take off from that Antapura Mandapa into that Akash. And you have to remember and relate the story. That Saraswati Mata ko Leela requested, even if my husband dies, he must be in this Akasha only. Mother said Tatastha. But that King Padma had his own wishes of being a king continuously. Therefore, to fulfill the sankalpa of both of them, in that Akasha only, in the Sukshma Brahmanda, the kingdom of that Raja. Now she wants to see, therefore, both of them go there. Again, that they have to cross this Brahmanda and so many lokas and they go. Because he was not here, he was somewhere in the other Brahmanda. And in that Brahmanda, there is a Bhuloka. There he was. So when they went there, that time the Shatru Rajas along with Samanta Rajas friendship. they attacked this Raja. Who is he? The earlier Vaashishtha, next to Padma, now the third Raja. Who is her husband? So that Yuddha, when started happening, to see that Yuddha in that Ambara Akasha, whoever have come to see, all the description is in this Sarga. So, whose Yuddha you have understood? Okay. Then, what happened in the Yuddha, all that before that Varnana continues. In this very Sarga only, the Varnana will be in the next Sarga. In this very Sarga, uh, listening to all this description, very interesting. Sri Ramji asks Vasishthaji, who are the Shuravira in the Yuddha? And who, while doing the Yuddha, when they die, reach to Swarga? Is it that everybody goes to Sarga or only selected few? Who are they? You know, that most important question and equally important answer in 7-8 slokas Vasishthaji gives. The summary of it for our own information, because between you and me and Shastra, there is nothing hidden anytime. पहले ही हम सब बता रहे हैं, कोई सीक्रेट नहीं रख रहे. You understand? The answer is what? Everybody fighting and dying in Yuddha do not go to Swarga. Then who are fighting for that Raja who is Dharmika, or for the purpose which is Dharmika, or the Raja and purpose which are Shastra Sammata. For that only whoever fights the war and dies, whether it's a king or mantri or a soldier, they get Swarga. Opposite of it, those who are fighting the war for the Adharmic Raja, Dushta Raja, and also for the Dushta purpose, they forget about going to the Swarga. They'll go to Niraya, 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 Naraka, Naraka, Naraka. Again and again it will be told. So this is a new information we got. युद्ध में मरने वाले सब स्वर्ग नहीं आते, जो सच्चे अच्छे राजा के लिए युद्ध कर रहे हैं और कॉज के लिए. सो ऑल दिस टेररिस्ट्स हु बोस्ट एंड क्लेम भगवान के नाम पे हम उनको मार रहे इनको मार रहे, दे विल बी गोइंग टू नरक ओनली. Isn't it? Such people, such all Naxalites कहो, जो कोई भी ऐसे for their own swartha, for the unrighteous causes, or for the people who are unrighteous. If you fight war and die, you go to Narak only. That's all. Answer will come. Now let us start studying shloka by shloka. Leelopakhyanam Yuddha PREKSHIKA STHITHA AMBARA VARNANAM. Shri Vaashishtha Uvacha. Vaashishthaji starts narrating. Ki evam akalayanti ete nirgatya jagatah nijatu. So nijat jagatah nirgatya ete evam akalayanti. And leaving this Raja Padma's Antapura, they have gone transcending this Brahmanda and so many lokas in between. They have gone into that Chidakasha from where so many Brahmandas are seen. The description of that was given in the last sarga. Okay. Nirgyatya Nijat Jagat Evam Akalayantiyate. Then, having traveled that way, suddenly Leela got the idea of coming back to her own Antapura. So see, the Raja changed three. He was Vaashishtha Brahmana, then Padma Raja, then the third Raja. Leela changed only two. She was Arundhati, now Leela. She did not die, she is still there. So that Leela, who is now the dead Padma's, Raja Padma's wife, she thought of coming to Antapura because of her that Sankalpa, so powerful that instantaneously both of them came to that Antapura back. So Antapuram dadrushatuhu jhatiti eva vinirgate. From whichever the loka they were, in a jhatiti, instantaneously they came back to the Antapura, in that Ativahika Deha. Now these things, don't expect me to explain all of that. Have your own time to contemplate. Therefore, the lokas, the deshas, the kalas, the dehas, the travelings, all of them are one Kalpita by Maya and Chitta. Two, as much we have the pakad on the Chitta, mastery over our Chitta and Prakriti, we get such type of possibilities, abilities, technically called as siddhis, wherein we can travel from one to the other. So because of that siddhi, she got into Ativahika Deha. Then as per her wish, she went crossing all Brahmandas into that Brahmana's loka, that Brahmana Graha. So the Brahmana Graha Varnanam, then that Girigrama Varnanam, all of that we saw. Now she has got again that Sankalpa Shakti, Sankalpa came back to Antapura. Then they didn't stay there for long. So Antapuram Dadrusatuhu Jatiteva Vinirgate. And in that Antapura, Sthita Pushpavara Purna Maharaja Mahashavam. Pushpavara Apurna Maharaja Mahashavam Sthita. So there, the Shiva, the dead body of the Raja, filled with all the flower decoration, flower covering, the body is still there. Next to him, in that asana, Shiva Parshva Upavishta Antaschitta Leela Sharirakam. Next to that, the Leela Sharira, who is now in that, what you call, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the Sharira stationed there, the Jiva, the Leela has withdrawn from it and went into Atvaika Dhyana. So that Leela is here. She is seeing both of them, husband's body and her own body. You understood that way through the sadhana by withdrawing from this Sharira. Objectively, we can see the Sharira. That's why it is said, Sharira is a house for me, the Jiva to stay. That's all. Sharira is not me, nor it's permanent. So, Sthita Pushpabara Purna Maharaja Maha Shavam Shava Parshopavishta Antaschitta Leela Sharirikam. That Sharira of the Leela is also there. But Leela, the Jiva is outside along with our Sarasti Mata. Okay, then what happened? What else? Ghanarattritayalpalpa Mahanidrajana Kulam. It is a deep, deep midnight it was. So people were in the deep sleep because of Ghanaratri, tired, exhausted also. Some of them again in their dukkha or worry about what will happen to the kingdom because the Raja did. With that worry, some were not in sleep also. So that just a scene is being described. So Ghanaratri Taya Alpa Mahanidra Janakulam. So some are in the Alpa Nidra, some are in the Mahanidra. डिपेंडिंग ऑन देयर मूड है कि नहीं. शादी के बाद भी आप देखते हो कुछ लोग तुरंत सो जाते हैं whose work is over, exhausted, tired. Some people won't sleep immediately because so many accounts have to be settled and so many other post marriage things have to be done, etc. So in this way, then dhupa chandana karpura kunkuma modamandharam. So dhupa chandana karpura kunkuma amoda means fragrance is fully spread there. You know, that was all put there in that near the Sharira of the Raja. So that smell is there all over the hall there. Then Tamalokya, having seen that situation seen now, she continued her wish sankalpa, which she expressed earlier. That I want to see that my husband's kingdom. Na? वो अभी fulfill नहीं हुआ. I wanted to see the Girigrama, the Brahmana Graha, that wish of her is fulfilled. After that, again she had the wish, no, that I have to see that Raja's kingdom, the third one. One is Vaashishtha, second is Padma, and the third one. Same one in the third life. So therefore, Tamalokya, then Aparam Bhartu Samsaram Gantum Adruta. So she was restless or wanting to see that samsara means the life of what is happening in her husband's life in the third place. Then she has already got the practice experience, of immediately being into that ativahika deha and then travel. जैसे बच्चों को अभी एक चीज कुछ सिखाते हो दो तीन बार के बाद they become experts in doing it by themselves. So she is also papata leela sankalpa dehena atra eva tat namaha. So leela took off like Hanumanji took off to reached to Lanka, Sukshma Rupena, Ativahik Rupena, in that Antapura Akasha, she just took off. Mother Saraswati also is with her still. Okay. Then Vivesha Bhartuhu Sankalpa Samsaram Kinchidatatam Samsaravaranam Bhitva Brahmanda Karparam. So Bhartuhu Sankalpa Samsaram Vivesha. She entered into her husband's Loka. Samsara means Loka here. Kinchidatatam means it was far away, distant. How did she reach? She reached Bhitva Brahmanda Karparam. This particular Brahmanda, she Bhitva has crossed it. She got the experience of it earlier. Then Bhitva Samsara Avarana. So after crossing this Brahmanda and crossing all those Pancha Mahabhuta Avaranas and then so many other places, to that again another Brahmanda, in which in Bhuloka there also, where the husband was there doing his own Vyavahara or Jivanam Samsara, there she reached. Okay. Vivesha Bhartuhu Sankalpa Samsaram Kinchidatatam Samsara Avaranam Vitva Brahmanda Karparam. Then Prapa Sardham Thaya Devya Punaravaranaanvitam Brahmanda Mandapam Swaram Tam Pravishya Tatha Javat. So Devya Sardham Thaya. Along with Mother Saraswati also, Puraha Avarana Anvitam. To that Brahmanda which is Anvita with its own Avarana. And in that Brahmanda, Tam Pravishya Tatha Javatu. In that Brahmanda also, there is a Bhuloka, there she has gone. Okay. Prapa Sardham Taya Devya Punaha Avarananvitam Brahmanda Mandapam Sparam Tam Pravishya Tatha Javat. Quickly she reached to that. So through Sankalpa only Dhanadhan or Cheli gave her. She got the experience now. Then what she saw? Dadarsha Bhartuhu of her husband, she saw the samsara, the jagat, the kingdom. How was that? Sankalpa Jagat Jambala Palvalam. Jagat means Bhartu Jagat Jambala Palvalam, the kingdom of that Raja full of the Palvalam. Palvalam is कीचड़ वगैरह से बना हुआ. Simhiva Shaila Kohram Tamo Jalada Pankilam. So not so nicely maintained. That kingdom she has reached to of her husband. Because as a Brahmana, he was wonderfully living. With that punya gained there and along with his sankalpa, he became a very rich, pious, well ruling, happy king Padma. But while being a Padma, his mind thoda sa idhar udhar gaya hoga, a result of which, again in the third life, he became king, but the kingdom was not as beautiful as the second one. He is full of, one is said here, Jambala Palvadam, Tamo Jalada Pankilam, Bhartu Sankalpa Jagat Dadarsha. And Sankalpa Jagat करके बार बार आ रहा है. How much solidly it may be seen and experienced, but from its cause standpoint, it is only Sankalpa grassified. These are the high Vedantic jnanas which the Upanishads don't have time to teach, but the Vedas have. Those Vedas all are not available. Adharita on the Vedas, the Rishi Munis like here, Vaashishthaji, there the Vyasaji have given all details in the Puranas and such Smruti Granthas. So when we study these Smruti Granthas, all this will be revealed to us. So what is revealed? All Ananta Koti Sthula Brahmandas are there, like this one, yet all of them are Sthuli Bhuta Sukshma Sankalpas only. Minus Sankalpa, they are not there. And within that Suddha Chitta Sankalpa of ST or Samishti, what is there is Shakti. The Shakti only expresses as Sankalpa Sukshma. The Sukshma Sankalpa Gurasified is the Stula Jagat with all its varieties. Behind that Shakti is the Shaktiman, the Ishvara, the Paramatma. And that Paramatma, within him, he is one without second. And for those who have reached him, he and me are one. There is nothing other than me. Aham Brahmeti Vakyartha Bodho Yavat Duri Bhavet Shamadhi Saitastavat Abhyaset Sravadadika. Other than those who are identified with the Brahman, maintaining their Jiva Bhava, for them, karma phala, therefore Ananta Koti Brahmandas. Should not be any doubt in these two positions. The pure Brahman, one without second. The pure water below the surface in the ocean, one homogeneous water, one without second. Any wave can go inside and identify with its infinite waterness. Other than it, the water, there is nothing. On the surface, oh, millions of waves. None of the waves are other than the water, but in the water, there are no waves. Hmm. Think. These things, in the beginning, you won't catch them. But with Bhakti Shraddha on the Shastras, prayers to the Guru and God that please make me understand this sublime knowledge I'm not able to catch. With that prayer, one day that Krupa comes, intellect becomes qualified enough, purified enough, subtle enough, intuitive enough to catch these subtle knowledges. Once these knowledges are caught, though it takes time, having caught it regularly, from that knowledge standpoint, when you look, the whole orientation of our life and the world, orientation of the world completely changes to us. Thereafter, the intact Brahman is there, I am that, everything is Kalpita, the play is going on. In that, as much not important is the birth, so much is not important is the modification, so much is the not important is the death also. All of them are happening without happening. Not so worthy to be valued as if it is real, to be bound. Kalpita swapna में ध्यान से सुनना, in that projected dream, the dreamer, the person, me, my friends, my relatives, my losses and gains and victories and defeats and diseases and healths and all of them are projected on. Today we started seeing that shloka in our Mandukya Upanishad. Yatha maya mayat bijat jayate tanmayom kuraha. Tomorrow we are going to see that. Bija is Maya Maya, therefore the Ankura also is Maya Maya. In the projected dream world, everything is projected only. All the happenings. In the dream, if I am say I am there, I dreamt to let me go to that garden or the park or the hill station. The thought also is dream, part of dream. So I book the tickets the way I have to go. I board the vehicles, I travel, I en route see so many places, stop here and there for dhaba, eating. And I meet some people also. I take photographs, selfies. Part of dream only, mind you. For the dreamer, they are appearing to be different experiences. Once you wake up, all of them are chitta kalpana only. In the same way, when we wake up to reality, all this is chitta kalpana. So she has gone to that husband's Sankalpita Rajya, which is Mala Panka Digdha, means full of all the dirt and filth and all non positive. Isn't it? They like on this country, in earth also, so many countries are there. There are the Singapores and such ones where ढूंढने पर भी आपको ये कचरा नहीं दिखेगा. Also, there are countries on this very earth where ढूंढने पर भी a millimeter of clean and neat place नहीं दिखेगा. So the government and the jivas or the beings, the citizens staying there, won't mind the dirt and filth. They are like that only. In the same way, if you go to a city, in that one city also, some houses are there spick and span, oh neat and clean. And there are the slum areas in this very town or city where the houses are so dirty. Everything, examples are thousand. No, yeah, beautiful hotels are there where everything's so wonderful, five-star and all. You can see a dhaba or such thing wherein everything is sixes and sevens or confusing. See, micro, if you understand, you will understand macro. That's why the micro, the Lord's put in front of us to understand the presence of macro like that. But hold on to Vedantic Jnanam. Both micro, macro, vesti, samashti are projected only on the reality with all its experiences. An experience also is at that level, therefore it appears like that. Transcend this and reach to the real reality. All of them are found to be imaginary or projectional, isn't it? So projection mithya means it is there, it is seen, it is experienced, but not ultimately real. At this level only it appears. Like for a dreamer, 100% dream is real. Only when you wake up, then we say the dream is mithya. So in the dream, if you are traveling, you have to follow the dream traffic rules. Not in the dream police will catch you and put the challan there. You have to pay it. ड्रीम में ड्रीम रूल्स होते हैं. सो ददर्श भर्तु संकल्प जगत जंबाल पल्वलम देन तमोजल द पंकिलम. How both of them entered? Simhi iva shaila koharam. Both of them entered like the lions enter into the cave of a mountain. Nobody can stop them. They are in that yoga sthiti. Saraswati Mata is always in Jnana Sharira. Leela is in her Ativahika Sharira. Then Devyau Vivashatustatte Vyoma Vyomatmike Jagat. Okay. Te Vyoma Jagat Devyau Vyomatmike Vivashatu. So into that world, both of them in that Chidakasha or Ativahika Deha, they entered. Brahmande Antaha. Into that Brahmanda, into that kingdom, both of them entered. One example given was Simhi Iva Shaila Koharam, like the lioness entering the cave. Another example is Pakvam Mrudu Bilvam Pipilike, like a bilva phala, fully ripened, therefore it is so soft that easily the ants, pipilike, or any of those microbes, as they are able to pierce and enter, in this way, into that Brahmanda, they have entered. See the two examples. One is Shailakuharam, second is Mrudu Bilva. Into the cave of the mountain, another is into the Bilva Phala, which is ripened and soft. So when any Kida enters inside that, it has its own different world only. Outside जैसा होता है वैसा ना लग जैसे in your own house when you open the door for some time, some insects, some of the flies come. Again, then your whole windows are measured or closed. वो फेलो पता नहीं कहाँ जाए, वो हर जहाँ भी लाइट होता है, it tries to go out through that, बढ़ा अटक जाती है. It is in a different world only. Then if you are kind enough, you open the window for it to go away. कोई तितली आ जाए या कोई दूसरे कीड़ा आ जाए. Example. So these two entered easily. The meaning is easily they entered into that Brahmanda and that Loka and that Prithvi in their own Sukshma Rupa. Okay. Uh, there when they went into that Rajyam, like this earth of Raja Padma and Leelavala, वो ब्रह्मांड में भी वहां भी every setup is like this only. That's described. Tatra lokantaranyadrina antarikshamatītyate pravatur bhūtalam shaila mandalambodhi sankulam merunaalankrutam jambo dvipam navadalodaram gatvat bharate varshe leelanathasya mandalam. Tatra, while reaching to that, lokantarani, different worlds, Adreen, the mountains, Antariksham, the space, Atitya, they crossed all of that. Prapatuhu, reached to Bhutalam, like this Bhumi to that Bhumi. Shaila Mandala Ambodhi Sankulam. It is full of Shaila Mandala, the mountain ranges, Ambodhi, the oceans, there also. Sankulam. Merunaalankrutam, there also the Meru Parvata is there. And Jambu Dvipam, out of the 9 Dvipas, the Jambu Dvipa. Jambu, Plaksha, Shalmali, Kushakravancha, Shaka, Pushkara, there were also there. Among that, the Jambu Dvipam they went. Navadala Udaram. Among that 7 Dvipas between that mountains, the Jambu Dvipa they reached. And in that Jambu Dvipa also, Gatvatha Bharate Varshe. They reach to the Bharatavarsha in the Jambu Dvipa. That means what? Like the Jambu Dvipa and Bharatavarsha, how many Brahmandas are there and how many Bharatavarshas are there? Infinite. So, by this story or explanations, it is so clear to us that so many Brahmandas like that are there, so many Bhukhandas are there, Jivas also are there. So, you can give to American government and all of them this book to study, where they talk about aliens, suspicious, and then the whole world is reminding them now in the next week they are going to reveal the secrets about the aliens, whether they are not, have they seen them, are they staying in America because of the facilities. सब नाटक ही चल रहे हैं ना. So here we can see very clearly how many Brahmandas are there. And a simple common sense thought यार, जब इधर जीव कोटि है तो वहां और भी होंगे. Why should it be there only at one place? Ananta Koti, it will be there. And beauty of Vedanta is it goes a step beyond and says, yet all of them are, from the absolute reality standpoint, the play of the Maya. It is the Srushti Sthiti Laya is the play of the Maya Shakti without touching the Adhishthana Brahma. मजेदार है ना. मस्त मस्त. Let the Vedanta get digested by us. Let us live that. So Veruna Alankrutam Jambodvivam Navadala Udaram Bharate Varshe Gatvata Lila Nathasya Mandalam. She went to that particular kingdom of her husband. At the very same time when she went there the Shatrus were attacking the kingdom. That's the story. Etasminnantare tasmin mandale mandita vanau chakre vaskandanam kaschit samanto drikta bhumipaha. Etasmin antare, itne mein, in the meantime, tasmin mandale mandita avanau. In that mandala, in that bhubhaga where her husband was the king, chakre avaskandanam. Avaskandanam means plannings to attack. Kaschit, some Raja, the Raja's name is given Sindhu Raja. Huh? The place is Sindhu and the husband's name is Leelanatha. To uh, occupy him, some king who is an enemy to him, Samanta Udrikta Bhumivaha, supported by the Samanta Rajas. So, this Sindhu Raja is her husband. He has got so many Samanta kings. Because of his power and valor, defeating them, they are under him. But now these Samantas also always want the kingdom, they always look for the opportunity. So some Shatru for this Hindu Raja के साथ वो लोग हाथ मिले आए. Now they are attacking the kingdom. ये तस्मिन् अंतरे तस्मिन् मंडले पंडितावनौ चक्रे अवस्कंदनम कश्चित सामंत उद्रिक्त भूमिपाः. कश्चित भूमिपाः सामंत उद्रिक्त भूमिपाः. Samanta Udrikta instigated and joined hands by the Samanta. These are all nothing to be worried by you and I us to understand, because on the globe world, Bhumandal mein lagatar chal hi raha hai. Isn't it? This and this country come together, they try to attack the other country. And that country joins with somebody and then, isn't it? It can be a physical war of arms and ammunition. It can be economical war, different wars going on. Not necessarily हमेशा bombing करके मार डालने वाला war. The economic war is going on, the political war is going on. Continuously it happens. That's how the bilateral meetings. See, when Indian PM is now going to Israel today or tomorrow, I don't know. बुधवार क्या परसों जा. So much of hangama there, isn't it? And the other day, the France PM has come here. 3 days he stayed. About 114 Rafales deal is done. All of them will be made in India only. हाँ, the factory will be established. यहाँ जहाँ मैं रहता हूँ, यहाँ से 200 किलोमीटर दूर पे ही है. Somewhere here only in that place. And there also the Pakistan, Bangladesh, they are joining the hands. Again, no Bangladesh, new government has come. Now they are friends with India. Now the trade again restarting. I know the visa passports which were stopped, they are being issued now. अब देखो क्या परमिट हर दिन बदलता है दुनिया में. The AA establishment yesterday had such a big meeting. If you see all this, don't think it's happening here only. It is in the universe, in so many millions of places it's happening. Yet all of that is at lower level only of the Maya Kalpita Deshakala Kalana. At the very same time, the consciousness is intact. Like in me, without me, the pure consciousness, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti are not possible. Yet to me, the self, nothing is happening. At the same time, in Jagrat, Sapna, so many things appear to happen continuously. So the transcendental and immanent, isn't it? That ability to understand both of them and know what is what's position comes to us when the intellect becomes intuitive. For gaining that highest clarity only, we are doing these exercises of every day studying our Sukshma Tattva Shastras. Pleased with our effort of studying Upanishads, maybe the Rishi Muni Parampara have blessed us to study the sublime text Yoga Vaashishtha Maha. नहीं तो कौन पढ़ते बताओ आजकल ये ग्रंथ कोई दिखते हैं आप and when we study see the subtle understandings that we are getting and you can also experiment like Leela becoming going beyond this Stula Deha Tadatma and outer world. You and I also can get into the Dhativahika Deha and can go to all these Brahmandas. After studying this text, Ativahika Deha Prapti, then Siddhakasha Anubhuti, these are our goals. Again, remember, already it was told every dead person goes beyond this Stula Sharira is in Ativahika Deha, but not obtained through Yoga Shakti. Isn't it? He is unconscious of his Ativahika Deha, semi conscious, though conscious, not fully master of circumstances. It's like a prisoner shifted from one jail to the other. When he is brought out of the jail, he is out of jail. Ativahika Deha, but no freedom. That मैं जहाँ जाना चाहता हूँ वहाँ जा सक. No. In those particularly decided vehicles only, he will be taken. And he goes on traveling. While they're traveling, कहीं रुकना है तो रोकेंगे, खाना खिलाएं तो खिलाएंगे उसको, सोने के लिए वो जगह देंगे, सब चलता रहेगा. How long? Till he is put in the next prison wherever he is taken. So to the non-sadhaka samsari jiva, staying in the prison of the sharira, goes out when he dies. He continues traveling like the continuous prisoner only, seemingly freedom in the Atvahika, but not real freedom. He will be put in another sharira, another prison. But the yogis are the ones who are free now. They have done the sadhana of Viveka Vairagya and all other sadhanas, Yamaniyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhyadi. With that, Naham Dehosmi, Sthiti they have reached to. Then what is Ativahika Deha? We have already exhaustively seen. That's the topic started with in this Leelopakhyanam. Even the whole Brahmanda Nirmana Karta, the Brahma Deva also, the Ativahika Deha, all the topics first we discussed. After that only these are all following. अगर आप नहीं आए भूल गए तो मैं क्या करूं? So, etasminantare tasmin mandale manditavano chakre avaskandanam kachit samanta adrikta bhumipaha. Then, tena sangrama sambrambhe. When that samgrama sambrambha is going on, prekshartham saupagatehi. With the beings who have come to see that Trailokya bhutaihi from all the three lokas, tad vyoma, that space, babuva atyanta sankatam. The clustered with so many of the beings coming from all three worlds who have come to see this yuddha. Anna? And never ever difficult it is to understand. Like we told you, when the cricket match happens, from the nearby countries, The people come to watch it, no? And the other day, when India Nepal match was going on, not India, Nepal and koi dusra desh ka, the whole Bombay Wankhede was filled with all Nepalis. Pura stadium. It is like a Nepal country only. I was wondering for 2 minutes, इतने कैसे आ गए रे बाबा? Then समझ में आया, from Nepal to come to India, there is no passport visa required to serve आगे. Then, otherwise, how can so many people will come for whom the journey is so costly and so many processes are there? एक क्रिकेट मैच देखने इतने क्यों आते? थोड़े होते होंगे बस. Whole place is filled with them. So they have come. The other thing is this very text, Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayam, when the Upakrama, the starting of it happened of teaching Vasishtha Rama, didn't we see the exhaustive description that the Nabhaschara, Mahichara and Nabhaschara, all the Siddha Gandharva Charana, everyone have assembled there to listen to this guidance of Vasishtha to Rama, we have already seen. Big list of the Yaksha, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Gandharva, Siddha, Charana, all of that is mentioned. So when the satsang is going on, that time also the Sukshma, Mahapurusha, they come and bless us, or some of them want to listen, they are permitted, they come and listen. Even now when these satsangas are going on, कोई ना कोई साधका स्थाई में रहने वाले, जानना चाहने वाले, या whom we are invoking to bless us, they must be here. We are so identified with the Sthula Sharira, in and out that right now we don't have the capacity to see them. But there are some people in the human Sharira with their siddhis, done nothing in this life but earlier life done. To them, when a Mahatma is speaking, around him, whatever the divine expressions are there, they are able to see. जैसे स्वामी आज आप जो सत्संग कर रहे हैं वहां भगवान व्यास जी दिखाई दिए. क्या व्यास जी आकर झलक अनुग्रह करके गए होंगे? वशिष्ठ जी आए होंगे. So yesterday in the Nakshatra Suktam, in that the last but one nakshatra or but two, what was that? Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Shatabhisha Nakshatra Adhisthana is Vasishtha Rishi only. You understand? So we are studying the Grantha of the Vasishtha ji only there, Yoga Vasishtha. So he must be blessing us. You know? We may be born or in one of the time we must be in the Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Like that, here also there can be. And in the Yoga Vasishtha we have already seen. Now the interesting thing is what? From all the three worlds, whoever have come to see this Yuddha, how many variety of people were there and with what ideas, thoughts they have come is very, very interesting. And while again explaining all of that, I will give the examples of the worldly happenings for it to be understood easily by us. है कि नहीं? अब कोई शादी हो रहा है तो बहुत सारे लोग जाते हैं एंड ईच वन गोज विद डिफरेंट पर्पस देयर. कोई खाने के लिए जाएगा ओनली, कोई अपने घर में शादी है तो उसके लिए आइडियाज कलेक्ट करने के लिए सम पीपल गो देयर, सम गो टू मेक फ्रेंडशिप्स, सम पीपल गो टू रियली फिक्स मैरिज फॉर देयर ओन चिल्ड्रन. हाउ मेनी वेराइटीज ऑफ पीपल गो देयर? थिंक. Even sad things when a train accident happens. Some people go really to save those who are suffering, but many go to loot that money or the suitcases there. People are there like that also. So here you see there. The Bhuta, Preta, Pishacha coming for different purpose. Devatas coming there for different purpose. The Yaksha Kinnaras are there. The Gandharvas are there. The Rishis are there. All of them are there. एक एक अपने अपने अलग पर्पस से वहां युद्ध देखने आए. Good examples, na? So we will see that portion tomorrow, right? Very interesting. Thereafter, Rama's Prashna, who are the real Shuravira? Point 1, 2, is everybody reaching to Sarga when they die in the Yuddha? If not, who will reach and what about others? Very crucial question. Very, very pertinent, which clears all our doubts once for all, gives a clear conviction. When we are convinced, then we can think and take right decisions and act correctly for our own evolution. Thank you. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha Vaashishtha Rishibhyo Namaha Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasapurnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyadhyam Shanti Shanti Shantiryam Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Tat Sat Brahma Arpanamastu. Thank you. Now let us study Vakya Vritti for some time.